Happy Thursday, San Diego. Tammy Dean coming at you. Oh my God. Can you guys believe it is the end of May? Happy birthday month for me. I'm going to pat myself on the back. One more year around this son of ours, celebrated 2 days ago. So thank you for those of you who reached out and wished me a happy birthday. I am so excited today for a variety of reasons. We are on episode 6 of the newly branded under contract. I almost forgot the name of my own podcast, you guys. I got to put the bottle down at some point. Anyway, so episode 6 today. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Super important for us to make sure we spread awareness about being under contract. And what does that mean? It could be the real estate sense. It could be business. It could be personal. Whatever the commitments are that you make for yourself, that is literally a contract you make. Also wanted to thank my sponsors, Hop Mortgage, Darren and Ryan. Thank you so much. Open Escrow. You guys are the best at hustling, making sure the transactions close on time, if not early. First American Title, Lexi Hutchings, shout out to you as well. And anybody else that I may have forgotten, of course, kudos and a huge thank you to my trusted videographer, Alberto. If you guys need a skilled, highly professional, very well-versed videographer, yes, he paid me to say these things. All seriousness, Alberto Visuals, shout out to you. And of course, Futures Past, our studio here in National City. Now that the admin stuff and shit is over with, today we have a special guest. We are going to be talking about some pretty important things that all of us have encountered this last year during the pandemic. It's so easy for us to get stuck in that whole, oh my gosh, this last year was a clusterfuck. It was. But we could also look at it in terms of how do I take a perceived challenge, a perceived obstacle, and overcome it, and not look at it for something that could be negative, but turn it into a positive, right? And how do we do that? The first thing that we do is create these mindsets, whether we are having a come to Jesus with ourselves or surrounding ourselves with the right people or having these conversations, having a vision board, journaling, whatever it is that you are doing to recreate that positive mindset with a situation that is shitty. Literally, it was a clusterfuck for everybody. And how was that? COVID rocked our world. Our businesses were deemed, unessential or non-essential, however you want to look at it. For those of you in the service industry, it really screwed you up because you could not go to work. We were on lockdown. So what did that force us to do as a society, let alone an individual or a local entrepreneur, specifically to San Diego? That showed us how important transitions are. That showed us how important it is and was to pivot and to make sure that we capitalize on this perceived setback. So today, we start a series, one of 3, maybe 4, where I'm going to feature not only power, badass individuals in the San Diego community who have literally focused on the importance of their health, mental especially, pivoting during the pandemic, and the importance of transitions. And today, I have one of my trusted friends. I've known her forever. She also does all of my facials and anything beauty. So clearly I have to trust her hands with this mug of mine, whatever that looks like every day. She's here to talk about how she literally focused all of her positive, chatter, if you will, and just really pivoted during the business. So she's going to talk to us a little bit about that today. And at the end of the podcast, we will have her information below. Make sure you reach out to her for any of your esthetician, any of your lash needs, any of your beauty needs, wellness needs, whatever. She's a rock of a woman. Christina, welcome.
Thank you.
So excited to have you here. I know we've been trying to do this for a little bit, and you're here. And it took having a pandemic for us to realize the value of your value, the importance of what you provide, and how do you take yourself from out of that fucking rut that we were in? Because I remember talking with you when it first started. You were getting ready to open up your own location, like your own standalone. So talk to us a little bit about how mentally you prepared for that change, how you pivoted, and the importance of that transition to where you are now.
Okay, well, thank you for having me. And honestly, during the first month, I did nothing. and I did what everyone else was supposed to do and not see anyone and not talk to anyone. And I was going crazy.
But you were drinking like all of us.
I was drinking.
Heavily.
Yes.
Like probably more than normal.
All the time in my garage. Didn't pay attention to my children. I don't know what time they went to bed. I don't know what they did. I did not care. I was a mess.
I mean, it was like the COVID-15 turned into the COVID-25, COVID-30. It's like the freshman, what is it? Freshman 15 they called it?
Absolutely.
This was fucking COVID-30, right?
It was really gnarly. And my husband owns a restaurant, a few.
Why don't you tell us what those are? Plug.
Blue Water Seafood and LaDanya.
Where are they?
So 2 in OB and 1 in Mission Hills.
You guys go check it out. While I can't do seafood because I have allergies to it, but fucking go check it out. He's amazing.
It's very good. But the whole point is we both were screwed.
Yeah.
Both of our businesses were really in a bad place.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I did, I sold all the retail that was on my shelves, right? Because that's money on my shelves.
Smart.
So I put it on Instagram, facials at home. I tried to like teach my clients how they can kind of replicate what I was doing in the room with these products. Then eventually it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So I started getting a steamer that I could put on a table. I got the massage table that I could travel with.
Yeah.
As you know, I would bring 4 different bags and set it all up and just tried my best to recreate the same experience that I was giving in my studio in their living room.
I remember when I was, okay, so let's keep it real, women. I mean, there gets to be a point where if you don't keep up with your lashes or your brows or your waxing or your sugaring for bikinis and all that good stuff, it can be pretty unkempt. And I know that I was there and I'm like, I can't stand looking at myself because if I look at one more hair, that's not supposed to be there. And that might be TMI for you guys. But yeah, a woman, when she gets her bikini wax or her sugar, how beautiful is it? It's fucking beautiful.
Absolutely.
It's like a baby's ass. It's smooth, right?
And every time you go to the bathroom, you just have to look at it over and over again. And you're like, when is this going to stop?
That's kind of like if I were chocolate, I would eat myself.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, did I say that? That probably wasn't appropriate, but whatever. No, it's that feeling when you're like, oh my God, that waxing is beautiful, right? And I remember reaching out to you going, okay, dude, I don't have COVID. I feel fine. I'm practicing social distancing. Can you come over and provide me the services that I would normally get if I went to you? So walk us through that transition for you, right? Mentally, you knew you had to do something. Right. How did you keep your mental health in check where you didn't go down that depressed state? Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And how did you make sure to it that you were following the protocols of COVID at that time and make that transition?
Well, first thing, I was very selective on who I saw.
Yeah.
And I made sure that I didn't see anyone else. And for me, it was more or less not me getting it, but getting it and then giving it to another client without knowing.
Right. That's the scary part.
And so we would wear our masks. Mm-hmm. Some clients, we would do their services outside.
Yep.
In a backyard.
Smart.
Not seeing a lot of people in one day. Definitely sanitizing. So I always had like alcohol wipes or anything in between. And honestly, just making the fucking best out of it.
Yeah. And that's what I feel like is so important, right? It's so easy for us, pandemic aside, just in life, it's so easy for us to get into what I call analysis paralysis, right? Mm-hmm. Where you're literally going, oh my gosh, I am faced with this obstacle. It doesn't look good. I don't know how it's going to turn out or what's going to happen. And then you're paralyzed. You can't make a decision, and any decision that you don't make is a decision, right? So you avoided that whole analysis paralysis. And for as long as I've known you, you've always been able to recreate yourself. And I've always been a cheerleader in the background going, you know, each time that I would see you when you were with a salon and then you were with another establishment. And I knew each time that it was just a matter of time before you just charted your own course. And I saw that in you. So you've always had that hustle mentality to kind of pivot, even though it looks like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Well, and one thing I will say is I've always had a plan.
Yeah.
I've always had a plan. I've always known that your dreams they are attainable, but one foot in front of the other. Mm-hmm. And I've always taken my time.
Yeah.
And I've kind of gone a little slow.
Yeah.
But I mean, here I am 12 years later. I have my own storefront now. Mm-hmm. It's a 2-room suite.
Tell us the name of your business, Christina, so that we can
Total Beauty
all
Bar
in
Ocean Beach, Point Loma area.
Address.
4051 Suite E, Voltaire Street.
Give us a shout out to your Instagram handle so everyone can follow.
Hashtag Total Beauty Bar 1502.
1502. Gosh, not 1492 like the tequila? Come on. Why do I always go back to that?
Such a tequila
Whatever.
girl. Is it because it's so clean?
That and it's gluten free and I don't know. It's really good. But yeah, you've always had a plan, and the importance of your mental health through this.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that. What did you do? I know you love to surf. So tell me what you did or share with all of us, maybe some tips that you applied that have worked for anybody that might still be struggling even now. Like, what do I do to kind of pull myself out of this and make the best of a really shitty situation?
So number one is I've always been true to myself. I always know that I need at least an hour alone, whatever that is, every day.
Yeah.
So the surfing was a really good thing for me.
Yeah.
So every morning I would go and I would surf. I'd meet up with some friends sometimes and sometimes not. But surfing, there's not a lot of chatter in the water anyways.
Oh my God, you're alone out there.
You're alone.
It's so isolating,
There's
but it's
no
good.
phone.
Yeah.
There's no TV. There's no one emailing you. There's no one saying, I need this, I need that. So I would give myself that time. Then I would rush, change. But see, I like the rush.
Yeah.
I work best under pressure. When I have so much time, I will just relax too much and then I don't have the drive.
I can think. I hear myself thinking and I don't like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right.
So I would hurry up, go home, take a quick shower. And, it only took me 20 minutes to get ready because I didn't have to wear makeup.
Okay, hi.
Right? So 20 minutes.
I'm surprised you even showered, dude. I was like, if I can't stay in my Lululemon or my joggers all day to see you or have a meeting, it's not happening.
Okay, can I just make a comment about that too? Everyone kind of looks down upon Lululemons, but let me tell you something, to wear them every day, but let me tell you something. My Lululemons cost more than some of my clothes. So why can't we just dress up our Lululemons with a nice shirt?
Lululemon, do you hear us on that plug? We are taking all samples and any sort of sponsorship that you want to throw our way. We will not be too proud to say no.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But no, I love your spirit. I love the fact that not only are you a powerhouse, but your husband is. I mean, you guys are like this small business powerhouse in San Diego that's to be reckoned with. And the fact that you recognized the importance of your mental health, because you guys, we have to be mindful of our mental health. I can tell you as a businesswoman, as a real estate agent, as an advocate for my clients, as a friend, as a customer, mental health is so important. I've shared with all of you my health issues, and I can tell you right now, the mental health spiral that I could easily have gone down, that rabbit hole was dark, but you have to literally pull yourself up, pick up your bootstraps and say, I am bigger than this. I am better than this. Just because it looks a certain way does not mean it's going to end up being that way. So you took that, you pivoted. I'm almost going to assume, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that your business is doing better now because of the dedicated, loyal customers that have stood by you. I remember seeing you came to my place and I'm doing real estate deals as you're doing my bikini sugar.
Absolutely.
Too much information, whatever. But literally, how many deals have I closed?
Yeah.
Or
I was in your...
While you were doing my sugaring. I mean, literally, I've been on the phone, closing deals, managing home inspections, doing what I ever do on my phone while she's working on me, all in the spirit of trying to keep things going and stay normal in a very unnormal, that's not even a word, in a very unusual way and time, right?
You know what, too, that I want to say about it was, I saw so much of San Diego that I had never seen before. Driving
in what way? Like the communities?
Yeah, where all my clients live.
Yeah.
I was going to Alpine, twice a month and going East San. I was going everywhere. And mind you, I was not charging extra for my services and I wasn't charging for gas because I was so thankful that my clients called me and invited me into their homes that I was not going to add a $5 extra fee, even though I know all of you would have paid it. And I'm pretty sure that all of you tipped me more because of it.
Yes.
So that's another thing is I felt like if I kept my prices the same and you all know what you're going to get when I come, that I was going to benefit in the long run like I am now.
It's that, again, you took that transition and you pivoted and you made it work, right?
I did. And I even came up with extra fun facials where I wouldn't need a lot of
Stuff.
machines.
Yeah.
Like those hot peels that I
Yep,
would do.
yep.
That was perfect for a mobile facial business where
Yep.
you want to see results, but you don't need a lot of equipment.
Right.
Well, I love my machines.
I got to tell you, I am so grateful that you did not skip a beat. Right.
Thank you.
And I say that for selfish reasons, obviously, because I could not afford to skip a beat with my lashes and my brows and everything else that you provide to me, because I'm in a very in your face type of business. Right. Mm-hmm. And when the real estate industry was deemed essential, an essential business, I could not have that stuff done. Granted, I wasn't planning on being in a bikini anytime soon because, God forbid, the COVID-19 pounds that I gained because I drank a shit ton as well. It's crazy because we always look for an excuse to drink more. We don't have to have an excuse to drink more.
No, I know.
Right? It's like, I'll drink if I feel like drinking, and I'll drink excessively. Not that I have an issue, guys. I'm just saying we don't need a pandemic to make us drink more, although we were.
For sure.
But I'm so grateful that you did not skip a beat, that you pushed and continued to move forward and you excelled. So give us kind of some insight into your business has gotten better because now you're actually in your space.
I'm in my space.
And things you're flourishing.
I am.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. Honestly, I didn't have the overhead of rent.
Yeah.
So with the income that I was making, I was slowly trying to sock it away because I knew one day, you know, they were going to say that I was essential again. Because mind you, I was at the bottom of the bottom.
Yeah.
Hairdressers were working.
Right. And they shut you guys down like 3 times.
Mm-hmm,
oh my God, that's right. I forget about that.
For whatever reason, we were not essential, even though I'm trained in cross-contamination and all those things anyways.
Because of your licensing in the board.
Because of my licensing.
That's right.
And
Cosmetology.
prior, I was a dental assistant. I was actually OSHA officer.
Yeah.
So I'm very clean.
Yeah.
And to not be able to do my craft was not only hard on my financial situation, but it was hard on me. Mentally.
For sure.
The first time I set up a facial in someone's house and did a facial with all the curtains closed, a candle, I have my music, I felt like myself again.
Yeah.
And I just was so happy. I'm like, this is why I do what I do. So to me, it's not work.
Yeah.
Because if you guys are feeling good, I'm feeling good.
Right. And you know, you made a really cool point. That little nudging, you had this little gentle spirit kind of talking to you where you guys, this is a good example of a gut check and following your intuition, and don't get caught up in the static of life, right? This is a really good example of you listening to that little voice that said, when you have that alignment in your system and in your soul, it doesn't matter where you are and you feel like this is where I'm meant to be, that is a true sign of not only a businesswoman or a business person who's paying attention to what is my calling in life? What is my purpose? And when you know those elements made you feel that at that defining moment, that is when you know doing business for yourself and pushing through is exactly where you need to be. So that takeaway for me is huge, because when you can do a gut check, and that gut check is, why am I doing this? If it feels right, or if there's some kind of hesitation, then don't do it. But you honestly felt like with recreating your space in someone else's home, that's where the light was like, oh my God, this is what I'm meant to do. So you kind of knew it was time and it would happen at some point, right? So
absolutely.
I love that you were so enlightened enough to pay attention. And mind you guys, I know firsthand when she was doing the house calls during the pandemic, everything was spot on, CDC governed and abided by. We were either inside when it was just the two of us, nobody else was around. We were wearing our masks, washing our hands, doing everything. So you did it. You managed to do it. So there was no disregard. There was no not even paying attention and being mindful and respectful. It was there. And you guys, I am so proud of you. I've known Christina for a long time, and she literally, I mean, as you can tell, is somebody that I trust. Well, we should all trust our esthetician because they could make or break your face. Honestly, that's like going to somebody for Botox and not going to them ever for the first time and going, yeah, I'm going to trust you to poke my face and alter it. No. So you have to have that trust with your estheticians, your hairdressers, your nail technicians, whatever it is. Hands down, the best esthetician in San Diego.
Aw,
Organic
thank you.
line, stuff that isn't harmful to your skin. She is so prideful when it comes to making sure you're happy. And her work, my face, everything that I get done by you is a walking billboard for you. It's a walking advertisement. So you guys, check her out. She's an OB. Follow her on Instagram. Go get a facial, get your lashes done, whatever it is you need to get done. She is the shit. And she loves to surf. And her husband has 2 restaurants. And I could keep going on the ands and ands and ands.
Aw,
And she happens to be a good
sweet.
friend.
So sweet.
Give us one more time your physical address and your Instagram because I want people to check you out.
Okay, it's 4051 Voltaire Street, Suite E. And my hashtag is hashtag Total Beauty Bar 1502.
You guys, check her out. So happy we could make this happen.
Aw,
I just
thanks for
love
having
the
me.
fact that you took the time. I know you're busy. You got to go make someone else beautiful.
That's
you
right.
guys, as
That's what I do.
always, right here. Good. As always, you guys, I am grateful for my guests, the importance of health, pivoting, and transitions during the pandemic and in business. Grateful to have you as a guest. As always, guys, check me out on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Everything will be below. We'll check you out. Happy Thursday. Peace out, San Diego.